Alright, here's another one of my specialty film in the dark videos where you can barely see me. So I just finished working out at 24 Hour Fitness, and basically I used to always like not using gloves. I would just lift everything. I'd like show up to the gym just the way I am. I didn't have any straps, any gloves, anything. I thought it was cool to like have your hands on the actual iron. I thought it made you tough and rugged, and like your hands would get calloused up and be able to better do things in the real world. You wouldn't have to worry about having soft, tender hands from wearing gloves all the time, have all this strength, and then your skin isn't strong enough to support it. And so that's how I went about things for a long time. And obviously, being that I did a lot of really heavy partial deadlifts, I would rip my hands open all the time. I also did it on the farmer's walks. Sometimes I'd go really heavy on the bent over rows, and every now and then that would split my hands, and sometimes I'd do enough deadlifts that would split my hands. So they did that a lot, but I ate a lot back then. I had a really fast metabolism, so things would always heal pretty quickly. Anyway, as I got older, it seemed as if my hands started getting softer and weaker and easier to split. And maybe it's just that my grip started getting weaker as I got older, and so I wasn't holding on as well. And since it wasn't as snug, it gave the bar more room to move around and rip my hand apart. But regardless, I started ripping it more often, and it started healing slower because my metabolism had slowed down. So finally, around age 40, I broke down and I got some gloves, but I pretty much only used them on heavy partial deadlifts. I still did like all my other lifts without gloves, and it worked out pretty good because doing the normal lifts and stuff kept them callous enough that I didn't have weak, soft hands, and the gloves kept my hands from splitting all the time when I did heavy partial deadlifts. Well, anyway, last week I did something I'd never done before. I was doing a bunch of heavy partials. It was really, really fun. And after my last set, I took my glove off and I had this big old tear, like one of my calluses tore off again. And it's not anything I haven't done before. I've done that a lot of times, but I had never done it while wearing gloves. So I was like, dang, I didn't even know I could do that. And luckily, I didn't really have any really heavy things I had to grab until the next Tuesday, which was 5 days later, and they weren't really heavy. It's just like my normal dumbbell stuff. So that was light enough, it wasn't a big deal. And then today was the first day I did deadlifts again. And another way it worked out cool was that last week was like at the end of a cycle where I keep going harder and harder and harder, and then on the very last thing of the cycle, the next week I go real light and kind of just recover. And that's what this week was, so I didn't have to push it hard. So my hand had a week to heal, so I did my deadlifts and my clean and presses without having to use gloves, and then I put them on for the partial deadlifts, and I didn't do that heavy, and everything's fine. I lost a little bit of skin because like it was a thinner layer, but I didn't lose like as much as I did last week. So, and that was while wearing gloves. So that was just a new development that I thought I'd talk about, since I never post videos on this channel anymore. And now I just have to figure out a way to get this video onto YouTube because my computer and phone hate each other now. Crazy things.